Hello everyone, Douglas Waltz, Old Man Comic Books, coming at you after a minor, teeny tiny vacation. Not a real vacation. Everyone at my job got fired. We all knew it was coming. They moved everybody to Indianapolis to save them, the corporation, tons of money. And we paid off we got paid off. Severance package. Not a great severance package. I'll have to find another job. Unless, this blows up. So we have 3 weeks. Boom, boom, boom. Some I picked up yesterday. We'll do those as well. So let's just jump right in. So first up we have one of my favorite new books, Absolute Martian Manhunter, number 3. And let's get the usual suspect. Oh, I hate when they do this. I wish that all comic books had to have their credits in the same place, but they don't. Writer, Dennis Camp. Art, Javier Rodriguez. And our boy is going through some issues in his city where it's people getting burned up. More stuff is coming out. He's accepting that the one-eyed Martian is there. It's weird. I don't really know how to explain it other than someone has decided to take Martian Manhunter, give it a Vertigo spin, and then add in just the most amazing color palette to this book. I'm not going to give anything away. You will have to read it. This is a great book. I hope they don't cancel it after the 6th issue, because it does say 1 of 6. Up next, issue 4 of The Herculoids. I should hum the theme song, but I don't know it. Tom Snegowski is our writer. Craig Russo is our artist. And we are still on the planet of the Herculoids. We find out that there's other aliens. So, it's kind of neat. And Zoc is going to be a mommy. Zoc is the flying pterodactylish dragon-like creature. So there's a lot about Zoc on here. But just a very good book. I wish they would just take this and make it into new episodes. But comic books, I think, are cheaper than animation. Metamorpho, number 6. With our, let's see. I love how they have the featuring page telling you what's going on. Like that. You don't get that very often. I think X-Men is the only other one that does it. Let me see if I can find the credits, because they've decided once again to put them wherever they feel like. Al Ewing is our writer. Steve Labor is our artist. And Metamorpho is trying to save everyone, because we have creatures from another world that are going to try to destroy the Earth. So Rex has to do something impossible. I do like when there's they do a little retro-ish thing in the middle where it looks retro. It's not. There was never a Metamorpho comic book that looked like this. Metamorpho's not that old. But it was neat to have it in there. And yeah, it's over. This is the end, which is dumb. It's a great book and you should keep doing it. Stop. It said Rex Mason will return. I don't believe you. DC Comics. Over to Marvel for this one is number 5 of Magic. Magic is my favorite New Mutant. Ashley Allen is our writer. Artist is Germaine Peralta. And now she's teamed up with Danny Moonstar and what's his name? Cal Isaacs, I do believe. Yes. They have to close up a gate while she deals with her dark child coming to the forefront and it will require a terrible sacrifice. It's a great book. I like that they're doing a lot of backstory for Magic, because there's all those years she was in limbo. So, you know. But yeah, here a little taste of the art. Because this is always just the cover thing. The cheesecake cover is what I call them. This is the actual artwork. This is Scott Campbell doing his weird lady drawings. Alright. Can't believe we're up to issue 23 yet already of Green Lantern. Yes, that is the Spectre on the cover. Let's see where they decide to put... right in the front. Good job. Writer Jeremy Adams, artist and cover artist Xermanico. Xermanico is a very good artist. And Green Lantern, and the gang, if you remember correctly, went to hell. Nort's there, which I don't think is right. Nort shouldn't be there. Nort's a good little puppy. Why would you do that? And Spectre shows up to help out. It's a different concept for Green Lantern. Green Lantern doesn't usually go into the realm of supernatural. So I kind of like that. That was neat. Good book. Another one that's zipping right along. Number 17 of the X-Men. Writer is Jed MacKay. Penciler Ryan Stegman. Inkers are J.P. Mayer, Ryan Stegman, and Live say when last we left our wonderful X-Men, there are the fake X-Men who have shown up that think that they can take on our X-Men. Foolishness. So, and then there's the Quentin, the Omega Kid Omega. Did something I didn't know he could do. He's falling. So he decides to slow it down using subjective experience. The subjective experience of time slowed to 15%. He can slow down how you perceive time because it's subjective. There are times when you're having the best time doing something and it's over like that. Then you're at work waiting for the time clock to click into place so you can go home, and that minute takes 5. Tick, tick, tick. I had no idea he could do this, and it's really kind of neat. Imagine if you could manipulate that. I don't know if we would all slow it down or if we'd all speed it up. And P.S. Magneto's in a giant Sentinel fighting a giant monster, which is hilarious. This is a really good book. I'm glad I picked this one. I picked it for no other reason than the lineup. Out of all of the new X-Men books, I do believe this has the best lineup because you have Cyclops, Beast, Magneto, Psylocke. They're crossed through Kid Omega's thing, which is mean. Temper, Juggernaut, and Magic, and Zorn. The bad guys' names are weird. They're Schwarzschild, Constellation, Galatea, Time Bomb, Psychovore, and Juice. I do like Psychovore. That's a great name for it's not a great character, but it's a great name for a bad guy. So, there's your X-Men. I feel like this comes out more than monthly. And they brought back, because it was so good, Justice League versus Godzilla versus Kong 2. I do believe they always hide the thing in the back. Oh my goodness, did you not? Ah, there it is. Brian Buccellato is our writer. Christian Dolce is our artist. And it's what you expect it to be. This time Amanda Waller's getting involved because of the monster verse where the monsters live. I'm not sure what the time period is here because Barry Allen's marrying Iris. So it's its own little thing. Waller turns King Shark into a kaiju. You want to see? Yeah. Look at that. Wait, hold on. It turns... Yeah. The flippity-floppity noise is being supplied to you by Flora because she likes to make noise. And but she did it for no other reason than to draw Godzilla out so they could get Godzilla. See? Look at that. And then there's a great ending to this particular chapter of the book, but I will not give it away. Yes. Anytime you can give me giant monsters fighting superheroes. It's happening over in Marvel, too. They're doing their one-shots with that. Heat Seeker is back. Heat Seeker Exposed. This is issue 1. This is the tamest cover that they have, if you're familiar with this. Penciler Ace. Oh, wait, hold on. Writer Charles Ardai. Penciler is Ace Continuado. Colorist, nope. Well, I'll give you the color since I said his name. Asifir Rahman. Inker is Juan Castro. Letterer is David Leach. Why not? We run everybody down. And this is our girl who, in the last Heat Seeker, has superpowers, kinda, sorta. And she can use disguises and things like that. So it's all right. I mean, it's not Gun Honey. It's still fun to look at. And but I called it when she's gonna get interviewed by this blogger. She makes her strip down and get in the water, but she didn't make her take out her nipple rings. And I said, I'll bet you anything that those are the camera. And lo and behold, I was right. So, bad news for Heat Seeker. But, yep, we'll always get these. These are fun. Pulpy, fun. Also, lots of naked people. If you're not into that, I'm warning you now, there's lots of naked people. We are on number 4 of Godzilla Heist, because you can't have too many Godzilla books. They're getting ready to roll out 3 more Godzilla books, I think. Godzilla Heist, story by Van Jensen, art by Kelsey Ramsey. And as you know, when last we left Godzilla Heist, they were in the place where the Mecha Godzilla is, and then they got the double cross, which turned into a triple cross, which turned into, you guessed it, somebody getting in Mecha Godzilla and getting ready to go fight Godzilla in the heart of London, no less. I hope it's not the end, although I don't know where you go from there, so they'll think of something there. They're used to doing stuff like this. Alright, and Daredevil versus Mushroom Man in his icky costume. I don't like that costume. Alright, so let's see. We have an awful lot of things to go through. Just to get the credits out. Saladin Ahmed is our writer, of course. Jose Luis Suarez, penciled pages 1 through 15. Carlos Nieto, penciled pages 16 through 20. Oren Jr., inked pages 1 through 10, 12, and 14. Jonas Trindade, inked pages 11, 13, and 15. And Carlos Nieto did pages 16 through 20. So Carlos got his own little section at the end. When last we left Daredevil, there was a Mushroom Man who is trying to turn everyone into mushrooms and become immortal. And Daredevil has to, do what Daredevil does. And Nyla shows up, his new girlfriend, to help save the day, which I thought was nice that she shows up to save Daredevil. Very interesting. And then it's just weird after that. It's just odd. But it ends on a happy note. You never get a happy note. So, I don't know. And they said next issue it shows the Mushroom Man again, even though the Mushroom Man was defeated. So I don't know how that's going to work either. All right. We have issue 22 of Birds of Prey. And when last we left, Barda had fallen from space to Earth and had been taken by someone, and they used her to be a demonic thing, and you really don't want Barda to be a demonic thing. Oh, did I tell everybody what everyone was doing? Hold on. Let's see. DC has this penchant for doing this in the back for some reason. I don't understand why. Well, movie credits roll at the end of the movie, but they also are at the beginning. Here we are. Kelly Thompson is our writer. Sami Basri is our artist. This is part 3 of 5. So, it's great. The art's always awesome. The idea of Barda being possessed by something and turning into this demonic looking. It's just Barda if she was completely the color black. Or black is every color. White is the absence of color. I know. Nerd. Alright, Batgirl. We have a problem with Batgirl. This is number 8 for Batgirl. Let me Once again, nope. All right, let's go in the back again. I think I should just automatically go there from now on, right? Yes, here we go. Tate Bromball is our writer. Isaac Goodhart is our artist. And where there's an opening, closing with Cassandra Cain, it's just more of the origin of Lady Shiva. I could care less. I think we know how many. I don't think there's anything that tells me how many. The art's really good. I just don't care about. I'm here for Batgirl. I am not here for. It says chapter 2. It doesn't say 2 of how many. So I don't know how long we're going to have Shiva on here. I'll continue to get the book because completist OCD kicking in, things like that. All right. Amazing Spider-Man number 5. Remember this? He's all drugged up and Hobgoblin's trying to take over the world with Soda Pop. Writer is Joe Kelly. Artist is Pepe Larraz. And that's exactly what's happening, what I just said to you. But once again, we get some good splash pages. I love the splash. Like that. You see that? Isn't that pretty? It's a great Spider-Man book. Hobgoblin is, Hobgoblin. Spider-Man is drugged up and tripping balls, basically. And but you get a kind of a nice, happy wrap up to this story arc. It's 5 issues, so they can trade paperback it. Black Cat's coming back next issue. We'll see how that works. Let's see. I don't read that. All right. Let's go on to... I'm saving one for last that I did not read. Magic. More Magic. Yay! And her story arc was over, so it's a new story arc. Writer is Ashley Allen. Artist is Jesus Hervase. And Limbo has its own embassy in New York City, and Madeline Pryor is running Limbo now because Magic gave it to her, and someone's attacking Limbo, so Magic comes back to sort of help out. This is fascinating to read. I don't like when they made Limbo. I like Madeline Pryor's old costume more than the new costume. Artwork is still good. I do like that Magic shows up and is like, you can totally have the Limbo. I don't want it. Queen of Limbo says, no, thank you. You can have it. But then the demons are all really afraid of Anya, so they all just kind of do whatever she says anyway, and she's got to be like, I'm not the boss anymore. You have to talk to the new boss. Leave me alone. So, and an interesting cover. It's new arc, and we got rid of the Scott Campbell goody-goody artwork. The good girl, pinup girl. I don't know what you want to call it, guys. All right. Aquaman number 6, still in search of his people. And he's got Arion the Sorcerer and Captain Nemo with his Nautilus. That Captain Nemo, which I thought was good. I am not finding my people. Here we go. Jeremy Adams is our writer. Michael Shelfer is our artist. Michael Shelfer's art is awesome. I love the way he draws monsters. Look at this monster. Look at that. Yeah. I love the way he draws monsters. It's interesting to me that Nemo keeps making jokes, but they're not jokes. Like when the monster's attacking his sub, he goes, it's got us tighter than a giant squid. Yeah, we've all read 20,000 Leagues Beneath the Sea. Or Under the Sea. We've read it. We get it. He also makes a league joke, talking about leagues, in the book, which is hilarious. It's like, I caught it and went, is he supposed to be making these puns? And so they're fighting their way through to fight the final bad guy, Dagon, which I think is a Lovecraft reference. I'm pretty sure it's a Lovecraft reference. And then the end is awesome. I can't tell you because it would ruin it. So if you haven't been picking up Aquaman, you're making a mistake. After the first opening book of Supergirl, I was very excited for the next one. I love this old school panels of what's going on in the book. It's very good. Now let's see if I can find where they have hidden. Is it at the end again? Hold on. Wow, that's tiny. Okay, hold on. I got to get closer. Sophie Campbell is our writer, artist, and cover artist. Ta-da! Sophie Campbell should draw everything. Her art's fresh. It's clean. It's a little. It's definitely got her mark on it. You can tell Sophie Campbell draws things. When she draws things, you're like, yep, that's Sophie Campbell. Titano the Super Ape is hilarious with the kryptonite beams. I was seeing if she drew a splash page, but she didn't. She's just very, very busy. Let me find you a good one. Let me find you a good. Look, here we go. I mean, movement, everything looks great. Nice, clean, thick lines. I mean, you could call it a little cartoony. I wouldn't call it cartoony. You can tell that she loves Supergirl. Because she has to fight the fake Supergirl, who is just somebody from the bottle city of Kandor. And she gets to go through her what do you call it? Her old costumes. And so we get a little fashion show like they used to do back in the day of costumes. And I remember a lot of these. But then she has to settle. She's like, she has to settle. And this is a classic Supergirl costume, isn't it? For anyone who's read a lot of Supergirl. So I'm excited about this book. I don't need the Summer of Superman banner up here. I like that there's been 0 other supers in this book. It's not Superman showing up to save the day. All right, final thing. I should have looked at the cover. I guess I should have. Oh, wait, maybe I'll check something here. I didn't think I was going to read it. Maybe I will. It's Giant Size The Amazing Spider-Man. So there I am, getting my comic book. I open it. And it says, that's right, kids. It says, Kevin Smith is writing it. Kevin Smith is a terrible comic book writer. He barely does good movies. He goes back to the well for things. I didn't need to see puns like the Sinister 69, whatever. But then I noticed, after I said that, he's responsible for this much of this book. So I will go back and read the parts that I would read. Al Ewing does one called 616 Day. So that sounds interesting, and it's very retro looking. Here, look at how nice that looks. Yes. Oh, I should check and see who Kevin Smith's poor artist was, because that's bad that I'm not going to read it. Giuseppe Camuncoli and Danielle Orlandini. It looks fine. I'm not going to read it. But Al Ewing does a great job with stuff. He did the Metamorpho thing. There's another one by Chip Zdarsky, and Cafu is the artist. I'm not a giant Cafu fan. It's okay. It just looks a little dull. But Chip Zdarsky's dialogue would override that. So it looks like I'll go back and read those two. Let me see if there's another story for you fans out there. And then Prelude to the New Dimension by Mitsuyasu Sakai as the writer and Gerardo Sandoval as the artist. That's weird looking art. That's 90s art. Oh, it's just a bumper for Kid Venom team up coming up, I guess. But look at that. That's that weird, dark, murky art that we were all subjected to for a short period of time. So my camera light is not blinking red yet. I did a long interview with film director Mark Polonia yesterday, and I used my camera to pick up the audio because I don't have the app anymore. They used to be this awesome app called Cube ACR that is no longer a thing. So let's divvy them up real quick and see what we've got out of this stack of 3 weeks worth of comic books. I'm getting there, kids. Herculoids are superheroes. Did we argue about that? I don't remember. So as far as non-super books, there were 2. Heatseeker, Godzilla Heist were the only 2, and then there's this giant freaking stack of them. So there you go. There you go. Okay. And my wife's Werewolf by Night bag that I refuse to read. So, all right. So, anyways. So that's 3 weeks. I'm sorry. I was busy getting fired. Severance is making it where I don't have to look for work right away, paying my bills, things like that. Even paying bills and with a little bit of fun money as well. So that's kind of nice. But, you know, it is what it is. I think I worked there for about 4 years before they decided that everyone was going to... They were threatening to fire us when I started working there, to be honest. So it took them 4 years. Big corporations take forever to get stuff done. That noise that you hear in the background is supplied to us by the lovely Flora. She got a little itch on her face. Don't you, Flora? And, so yeah, 3 weeks worth of comic books. Thank you very much for always watching my show. Please like and subscribe if you think somebody you know would like our show. Be sure to let them know. Let's go ahead and real quickly anyways talk to you again like I do every episode about why you should read a comic book. Because you're reading. Reading is contagious. If you read this, maybe you'll read something else. Maybe you'll read an actual book that these aren't books. Comic book is in the thing. Like I mentioned before, some of these have enough words to be a short story and something else. If you take an entire story arc of something like the Aquaman book where he's looking for his city of Atlantis, that if you wait till they're all done, it's like a novel at that point. It just happens to be a novel with really nice pictures. So it's reading. Reading is important. It's good for your brain. It's good for you to keep up with what's going on around you. You can read stuff. And as I mentioned before, comic books are just a kind of a gateway to more reading. It's good. You can go to the library, read for free. You can go online and read comic books for free. You don't have to read comic books about superheroes. I've got Godzilla in here. If you like kaiju, I've got Saturday morning cartoons. There are books I don't buy that are like murder mysteries and action comics. And you remember when you used to get up and watch Saturday morning cartoons with Transformers and G.I. Joe? Those are comic books now. So there is a ton of things that you can read as a comic book. I will try to be better about not missing weeks. I'm trying to do the thing now where I go to the comic book store on Wednesday and then read them and then do the show on Thursday. Unless there's a lot of books, then it's going to be probably Friday. I don't like to do them on the weekends because, busy, always doing stuff. We're getting ready to start a new feature film. When I don't do this, I make movies. We just finished Amityville Sasquatch versus Creepy Clown, which will be available soon, and I'll probably mention it on the show where you can get a copy from me, which is nice. And we're getting ready to do pre-production. It's still pre-production for our new feature film at 3/4 Time Productions, Invisible Shark. Exactly what you think it is. It's a shark attack movie. The shark is invisible. No, we never show the shark because the shark is invisible. That's the bit. So, thank you very much for listening to my rambling for this incredibly long time here. Almost a half hour. Goodness. Well, I apologize again. All right. In the meantime, I will see you next week. Go read a comic book.